Hello everyone, how are you? Welcome back to my channel, it's Ariana here. Today I'll be showing you how to build a design portfolio online. I'm going to show you my UX portfolio, and I am a junior designer too, so please don't be harsh with me, but feedback is always appreciated. Nothing, so let's jump into the video. As soon as you land on the home page of my portfolio, you'll see that the general theme is pretty clean and simple. I love pastel colors as it's written in the brief description. On the top left we have my logo. It's not the logo, but yes. And on the top right there's the rest of the menu. The website is divided into the case studies page, the personal projects page and the about page. As soon as you scroll down, this is the case studies page. You're going to see the case studies. I'm going to show you just one of this because the general structure is the same. Each case study is divided into three main sections: the project info, research, define. That is the whole design process that I followed, from the making of personas to wireframes. Then there is the ideate section, in which I explain my UI choices and I show the whole app. The last section is the conclusion, a retrospective paragraph in which I express my thoughts about the project. So let's see all these sections more in depth. So the first one is the project info. In this section I briefly describe what the app is, in this case, my role, the tools that I use and the duration of the project. So the research phase is divided into other section itself. The first part is the introduction, where I explain how we started this phase, what problems we faced and what were our goals. Following the research phase, there's the define phase. And here I showcase the personas that I made. I love to make personas actually. It's super fun. They're Rachel and Ross. Super creative as you notice. These personas were made thanks to the interviews that we made with my team and all the data that we collected. And then there's the whiteboard session, the information architecture, then there's the picture of the user flow, and there's the wireframes section. I decided to show just 3 pictures of the wireframes because I'm going to show the app more in depth in the UI section. Following, there's the UI guidelines, the colors, the gradients, the elevation, the typography that I used in my project. And then there's the UI phase that I called ideate. In this phase, I'm going to explain more in depth each screen of my app. So there's the onboarding phase, the on-page routes, the tickets, then there's the parking, the news and the profile. Okay, now it's the prototype. I love to prototype so much. This prototype was made entirely on Figma. Here it is, the prototype, full screen on Figma. You can navigate it if you want. Okay, let's get back to the website. And last is the conclusion section. So in this section I shortly summarized my thoughts. Okay, that was all for the first case study. I'm going to show you the other pages of the portfolio that are the personal projects page and the about section. In the personal projects page, I decided to upload the works that I make in my free time, from lettering works to doodles to UI screens. So I think the personal project page is pretty important because the people who are navigating your website are going to understand a little bit more of your personality. Okay, that was all for this section. The last one is the about section. In this page there is a picture of me when we could travel. I was in Barcelona and a brief description of who I am, what I like, and there is also a link to my resume. that I adore. I made it on Figma and I'm super proud of it. As you can see, I love purple. Yes, so let's get back to the website. As you can notice, the doodles on the picture remind of the illustration in the homepage. I tried to give the whole website the same vibe and tone, and it is pretty important. As a new UX designer or as a person that still isn't working in the design field, you might not have a lot of works to showcase, but you can do unsolicited redesigns, create a project from scratch just from your ideas, or subscribe to a newsletter that sends you every week a different design project. Of course, I took inspiration from other designers. I searched online who are the best designers, what are the best design portfolios online. And I researched, I understood what was good, what was not that good for my portfolio. I mixed all together and that is what came out. And I'm pretty happy with the result actually. I made this website with Wix. After a research online, I decided to make it with Wix, but there are a lot of website builders. There's WordPress, there is Squarespace, Simplice. There are a lot of websites that you could use. All these websites are so cool, but they have different prices and also pros and cons. So choose the one that you like the most. Okay, let's list the main things that I think you should remember when making an online portfolio. Number 1, choose your best works. The portfolio has to showcase your best projects. You don't have to show all the projects that you've made in your career or your college days. Number 2, write the content of the case study before starting to think about the visual of your website. It is important to have the content beforehand. Be clear and not too long in your explanations. You have to narrate the whole design process. A beginning, a middle, and an end are important as in a real story. Number 3, take inspiration from senior designers' portfolios around the world. You are a UX designer, so work on your portfolio the same way you would work on a work project. Think about the user experience of your own website. 4, keep your website visually simple and professional. Though, don't be afraid to let the user understand your personality and who you are through the visual choices you make. 5, create a personal projects section for all those small projects that you love but couldn't make it in the homepage. And last but not least, check all the links in the website and don't forget to check also the mobile version. Users nowadays spend a lot of time on their mobile phones. So that's all for today's video. I really hope it was helpful. And if you already have a design portfolio, link it down below because I'm super curious and I want to see your works and projects. Nothing. The outro is the most awkward thing to do for me. Have a nice day or good night. Bye.